look like they're straight out of a sketchbook. Vladimir Karaleev's 2012 Spring-Summer collection at the Zurich Fashion Days featured boxy shapes, elegantly draped and free-flowing, as well as ripped seams left to dangle. The young designer loves exploring the unfinished look. It's experimental, but also wearable fashion. The 30-year-old is one of the most promising talents in the German fashion scene. It's almost showtime. Final checks have to be made, but the work of the designer is already done.
Just before the curtain goes up, it's always very exciting. This time it's so well organized that nothing can really go wrong. But it's still pretty tense.
Vladimir Karaleev usually chooses his own models, but this time a team from a fashion magazine has taken charge. He uses the time for a chat with fellow designer René Storck. They are two of the young talents who are being supported this year by German Vogue. The others on the catwalk in Zurich are Berlin designer Michael Sonntag and German-French designer duo Augustin Teboul. Vogue's editor-in-chief is behind the talent initiative.
There's this idea that Germany is full of badly dressed women and there are no good designers. But people who say that have no idea. They don't know what they're talking about. But I do, and I wanted to show that Germany is home to good design and promising young designers.
This is Vladimir's Berlin studio. The ripped edges of the fabric will stay as they are. He doesn't draw his designs, he creates them directly on the dummy by wrapping fabric around it like a sculptor carving a new piece. It's a technique known as moulage, a highly intuitive process of design.
I like to experiment and to surprise myself. I'm very comfortable working with fabrics and giving them shape. I like the creative process. I'm most inspired when I'm working.
An artistic process with wearable results. He creates around 700 items of clothing every year by hand. Once he's happy with the look, Vladimir Karaleev only needs 15 minutes to complete a simple design. He's planning to move some production to his native Bulgaria. He says he's struggling to keep pace with demand.
It's not an art. Fashion only works when it's worn. It's a blend of functionality, commerce, and design. All of that needs to come together.
Vladimir sells his clothing around the world. He has a strong following in Japan. 14 shops stock his products there. In Germany, there's just one. He says that's why he's glad to have the support of German Vogue.
Initially, I was completely surprised, but I see it as a seal of approval. It's important to be accepted, and as far as I'm concerned, Vogue is the ultimate authority. If you have Vogue on your side, then you know you've made it.
This was his very first collection. Born in Sofia, Karaleev came to Berlin aged 19 to study fashion.
I couldn't imagine working in fashion. It was like becoming a cosmonaut. It was something that happened in Paris or Italy. There was fashion design in Bulgaria, but to be honest, it was a bit shabby.
The autumn-winter collection is called Principles of Disarrangement. It was Vladimir Karaleev's first appearance at the Berlin Fashion Week, and it earned him a lot of plaudits. In earlier years, he'd showcased his fashion far away from the mainstream, in galleries and at exhibitions. Now he has a reputation to live up to.
Vladimir has a very strong inner voice. Of all the designers I chose, he's the most conceptual. He only designs on the dummy. That means it's a very emotional process, the way he designs.
Vladimir Karaleev's first show in Switzerland is a resounding success. If everything goes according to plan, he'll soon be a household name.